Hey everyone, it's Southern Belle Canto. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be going over my October wrap-up. So here are all the books that I read during the month of October. Instead of sorting them by which one I read first, I'm going to do them by my Goodreads rating. So you can sort of skip ahead if you don't want to see what I didn't like, or maybe you do want to see what I didn't like to see what you might want to avoid. Sadly, my lowest rated book for the month of October was one that was really popular, and that's sort of the reason why I bought it to read and review, and I thought I would really enjoy it, was A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor by Kathryn Moon. And sadly, it was a 2-star read for me. It had not a lot of plot and definitely not enough character development for me to enjoy it. I like character-driven novels. I like to root for my heroes and heroines, and I didn't get that with this character. Esther, to me, was not really interesting. All she wanted to do was, hook up with her monsters, and there wasn't a plot, there wasn't really romance, there wasn't a reason why she was drawn to the men or necessarily why they were drawn to her. I think it was more so because she was available, and I think she was kind of like in a brothel. It never said that, but I mean, she is getting free room and board, sort of. So, yeah. I didn't love this book, sadly. A lot of people have loved it. It's very high on the spice. This is definitely an erotica, and it is a monster romance and paranormal romance, but overall, didn't love it. So, sadly, this was a 2-star read for me. This one was really surprising. My 3-star read for the month of October was Coldhearted Rake by Lisa Kleypas. I went into this thinking, oh, this is for sure a 5. I actually went ahead and added all the books in the series on Amazon for people always don't know what to get me for Christmas, so I just make Amazon lists for everyone. And so I added the series to Amazon. Books 2 through 7, I believe, and I think I'm going to take them all off, or at least just get the sequel, because I did not like this book. I gave it a 3-star because it did have some really cute moments. It had a really funny, humorous, spicy scene, and it had a really good scene of Devon sort of being very heroic, and I liked that. It was those scenes were very good, but the rest was just like Rooksgrave, not enough character development for me, and it took away the focus of the relationship. So in this book, it's Kathleen and Devon, but they also sort of set up Helen and Mr. Winterbourne, which I believe is the sequel, and that happened about 60% of the way through the book. So I was sort of like, why aren't we developing Devon and Kathleen's relationship, their love, their characters? Why are we kind of taking the focus off of them? Because we need more focus on them. And that to me was really annoying. And it made the book very long. The book is almost 400 pages. And I think they honestly could have just cut out most of the Winterbourne and Helen scene to put into the sequel, because that one's called Marrying Mr. Winterbourne, so I'm assuming it's Riles Winterbourne and Helen Ravenel. And sadly, I didn't like this. So if the series is a lot better, if it gets better, let me know. I might consider it, because I really wanted to like this book. It has a beautiful cover. I love a pun. It has a step back. I think this is my only romance right now that has a step back. Beautiful illustration. I don't know who's the illustrator is, but it's beautiful. But sadly, this was a 3-star read for me, and I don't know that I'm going to read any more in the series. I will read other Lisa Kleypas books. I definitely want to read again The Magic, because it's books with Samantha's favorite book, and I want to see why she loves it so much. But I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with the Ravenel series. Let me know in your comments if it picks up. Is Mr. Winterbourne low-key rapey, or is that just me? Let me know. My next section are 4-star reads. No, yes, 4-star reads. I had to look. And one was One Day at a Time by Danielle Steel. This was it was a good book. It wasn't great. It wasn't my favorite Danielle Steel. It had some really interesting characters. It had a mother and her 2 daughters. But I typically like whenever it's just either one lead in a Danielle Steel novel or maybe two. I think having the mother and the two daughters, it kind of was like this book where I didn't get enough development of each person. I knew who they were, I knew their motivations as characters, but I wasn't necessarily invested in them. And also, this book was a little triggering in the sense of, if you've read Danielle Steel novels, you know that a happily ever after is sometimes rare, especially with their first love. A lot of the times, the heroine will have a love interest, and then like the last 60 pages he dies or something like that. And this made me anxious. There were some anxious moments with this book. But I do love Danielle Steel. This wasn't my favorite. But if you'd like a Danielle Steel recommendation video, let me know. She's one of my favorite authors. I think she is considered a romance novelist, but she's not really. I mean, she's more of a women's fiction, in my opinion. But it usually is strong. I think 100% of the time it's always a strong female lead instead of a male lead. And usually there's romance, not always. It can be drama or family drama. But I love Danielle Steel. This one wasn't my favorite, but I have a lot that are 5 stars and some of my all-time favorite books. Another 4-star read for me. I thought I might have given this a 5. I need to check. It kind of is a 5. I think I did give it a 5 actually, so I think this is a 5-star read. Oh, it is, because it was sort of teetering at a 4, and then it got really good, so it is a 5. I had to think. But this is Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. It is the first in the series called A League of Extraordinary Women. Really lovely characters. I am definitely going to pick up the sequels. It's about suffragettes. It's Victorian. Oh, very good romance. Very good characters. Yeah. If this was a 4, I'm going to change it to a 5 on Goodreads, because thinking back on it, I really did like this. So it has Annabelle Archer, who is a suffragette, and she's trying to, spread the word about women's rights, and try to get sort of men on their side, on the women's side, the suffragette side. And she has a kind of a meet cute with Montgomery, the Duke of something. The Duke of, what's his name? Not Montgomery. Sebastian, who's the Duke of Montgomery. Sorry. Should have prepared more. But they have a really fun, like, enemies to lovers sort of romance, which I like that as a trope. And just a really good book. I'm definitely going to pick up the sequels. So, Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. This is a 5-star. I have to check. Okay, the rest. So that, considering this one is a 5-star, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 good star reads for the month of October. So I was lucky. I had some really good books this month. This was a lovely historical romance. It is A Duke Worth Fighting For by Christina Britton. It is a widow, and she is sort of getting a second chance romance with her virgin hero. So it was a lovely romance. I just really enjoyed the characters. I really liked the romance. I like the dynamic. It wasn't enemies to lovers. It was just sort of this really lovely, sort of like friendship to growth of love. That doesn't make any sense, but it was friends to lovers. But yeah, I absolutely love this one. I want to read more by Christina Britton. I picked this up at Walmart like a month or 2 ago, just randomly. I love the max paperback sizes, so usually these are the ones I buy. They're easy to read for me. And I love purple. That's literally why I bought it. It was a historical romance. It was the bigger size, and it was purple, and that worked out for me because I really liked the book. So that was A Duke Worth Fighting For by Christina Britton. Check her out. I'm definitely going to look at some more of her books very soon. Alright, another 5-star was Bombshell by Sarah MacLean. And this is from the Hell's Bells. Sort of like the suffragettes. These are like female vigilantes in the Victorian era. And it stars Caleb and Cecily Talbot. Cecily is such a cool heroine. She is 30 years old. She has no F's to give. But she is just, she's such a good, like, boss queen. I loved her character so much. If you want a good historical romance with a super strong female lead, good female friendships, and a great romance, I would check out Bombshell by Sarah MacLean. This is the first in a series as well, so I'm excited for more because there were some really lovely secondary characters in the book, and I look forward to hopefully they get a romance. So that was really fun. All right, another 5-star read was a Bridgerton book. It is I thought it was a while. When He Was Wicked by Julia Quinn, and I love this. This was Francesca's romance. This was another widow romance and sort of a forbidden romance between Michael Sterling and Francesca Bridgerton, and Michael is actually the cousin of her deceased husband. So there was some lovely romance, lovely drama. It was a fun kind of drama like this. I can't have you, but I want you, which I think Julia Quinn does so well, like those I burn for you moments. Oh, very good romance. I just adore the Bridgerton series so much. I love the writing style of Julia Quinn. They're just so enjoyable. I haven't read, well, that's not true. I love Julia Quinn and I love Eloisa James. Their writing styles to me aren't very similar, but they're very effective in the same way for me as a reader, if that makes sense. So, I just love these, and I'm gonna pick up some different Julia Quinn books either for my Christmas gifts or just for funsies, because I'm gonna finish the Bridgerton series this year. That was one of my reading goals, and I'm gonna pick up another series from her. I might wait on it's not a sequel series to Bridgerton. I think it's like a prequel series to Bridgerton, and I don't want to read that series right away. I'll probably go to another series by her or just read some of her standalones. But I absolutely love Julia Quinn, and this is When He Was Wicked, and it's Francesca and Michael, and great romance. All right. The Pool Boy by Nikki Sloane. This was in my favorites. Yeah, I think it was my favorite romance. The Julia Quinn also as well were my top two, but I like this one just for the fun. And this was a very spicy novel. It was an age gap romance between, oh gosh, what were their names? Erica was her name, because I always thought of Erica Jane. And, oh no, what was his name? It says so on the chapters. Troy. So, Erica and Troy, age gap romance. Very, very spicy. I wouldn't call this an erotica like The Lady of Rooksgrave Manor. It's more of a novel with a lot of spice, if that makes sense. So I really enjoyed the Abby Glines series of books. I can't remember the name of the series. It's like, I want to call it Coldwater Creek, but that's like a clothing store. But Abby Glines had a series that were new adult fiction, which is a new genre, sort of when I was in that age range. I'm 29 now, so getting old. But this to me reminded me of an Abby Glines novel, like the new adult novels, but for people that are not necessarily 18 to 24 or whatever. This was a good book. I don't know how else to put it. I just love the story. Very good characters, very good spice, and the spice didn't overtake the plot. And for me, I don't like erotic novels or even romance novels that have so much spicy scenes that it kind of takes away from the plot or the characters. It doesn't really match the characters' attitude or my perception of their attitude. But this was a great balance of everything. This is in a series, but I never felt like I was missing something from characters, so I don't think you need to read them in order. This is book 2, I believe. So definitely check out The Pool Boy by Nikki Sloane. I really did enjoy it, and hopefully y'all will too. Well, I really was happy with myself. I read, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books in the month of October. And I had a lot of traveling that I did in the month of October. I had 2 unexpected funerals in the month of October. And I had some days where I didn't really want to read a lot, and my goal was to read 6 books, and I read 8, and I really probably could have read 9. Today is October 30th. I had to look at my little Barbie calendar, and yes, I do have a Barbie calendar because I love Barbie. But I probably could have read another book, at least one more, but I thought I might take the day off. My elbow's been bothering me, and I don't know if I have like reader's arm or something like that, so I'll pick up a book tomorrow at the very latest because I'm already ready to pick something. Well, I hope you enjoyed my October TBR or October wrap up. I got a lot of books from my list read. The only one I didn't read, I believe, was Elizabeth is Missing. And I will read that by January because I like to read all of my books that I got for either Christmas or my birthday before Christmas or my birthday. I'm an Aquarius, so I will read it. I will read Elizabeth is Missing before the age of Aquarius, the sign starts. But I hope everyone had a wonderful day. I hope this video isn't too long. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you again for another video. Bye, everyone.